Did you know that ancients taught the pineal gland is supposed to stand up in your head? Translating to pine cone in Latin, the pineal is represented in every ancient religion without exception. There are many ancient deities portrayed with a pine cone, including Egyptian and Babylonian gods, Greek gods, Buddha himself. It's on the Masonic caduceus, plus this huge statue at the Vatican. Ancient Egyptians taught that the dormant pineal gland serves as an obstruction to Kundalini energy. According to them, this energy must travel up the spine and pass through the cerebral aqueduct, which is blocked off by a dormant pineal gland. Once stimulated, they believe the pineal gland would stand upright in your head like a cobra ready to strike, and then vibrate like a serpent's tongue, making a humming noise. By doing this, the pineal gland opens the passageway for the Kundalini energy, which is then free to travel upwards to the higher chakras. Many occultists claim to have experienced this, and it's said that you'll hear a whirring, humming noise when the pineal gland is activated. This gland contains 100 to 300 piezoelectric microcrystals that are capable of electromagnetic bursts when they're squeezed or pressurized. Like and comment if you want part 2. The pineal gland is comparatively large at birth, but it begins to shrink around age 7, completing its shrinking process at the onset of puberty, and we greatly lose our imaginations afterward. The pineal gland has the most blood flow of any other organ except the kidneys. It's located in the center of the brain, yet is completely separate from the blood-brain barrier. This allows it to absorb fluoride from the bloodstream, making it vulnerable to calcification, also known as brain sand. The pineal gland converts the amino acid L-tryptophan into DMT, which degrades into melatonin and serotonin. Melatonin is the neurotransmitter that makes you fall asleep, but it's also a powerful antioxidant and is effective in inhibiting cancer tumors. This study by Swiss researchers showed that the addition of melatonin in the drinking water of mice increased their lifespan by 25%. Pineal gland tissue is identical to retinal tissue in our eyes and is made up of cells called pinealocytes, which are similar to rods and cones. This gland is what bonds us to nature, connecting us to Earth's electromagnetic field, telling us what season and what time of day it is. It's what tells an animal to thicken its coat before winter, bears to hibernate, and birds to fly south. The size of the pineal gland is directly related to the degree in which a living creature is in tune with the earth. With an activated pineal, you can ask the earth questions and she will respond. This gland is a neuroendocrine transducer, which means it can pick up electromagnetic frequencies even not in our senses, including frequencies not in our dimension. It turns that information into imagery and sounds that our 3D senses can experience. This is called phototransduction, and it's why we can see images in our brains with our eyes closed, like when we're dreaming or visualizing. We use our pineal gland to pick up electromagnetic frequencies from the unified field, but it's like a radio station, receiving only the frequencies that it's tuned to. In part 3, I explain how to activate the pineal gland in order to receive higher and denser frequencies. When you get ready for bed, you think it's the end of your day, but it's not. It's the beginning of your dream world. There is no end, just transitioning from one world to the next. The dream world is just as real as the waking world. Ancient teachings say that if you don't remember your dreams, you're spiritually out of touch with your soul and with yourself. In the dream world, you can connect with your subconscious mind, heal your body, contact ascended masters, astral project, predict the future, and join other people in their dreams. Neville Goddard taught that in order to manifest your will, you must manifest it in your dream world, as this is where the subconscious lives. Your dreams have a direct connection to how your life will be. You gain control of your dreams, then you gain control of your subconscious. I'm starting my dream series off today because it's my sister's birthday. She passed away in 2020 and we have been in contact in the dream world ever since. I created a lucid dreaming spray with essential oils in order to allow me to have lucid, vivid dreams. As I kick off this series, I want to make this available to you as well. The link is in my bio to pre-order this spray. Integrating this one practice in your life is the most important thing you can do in order to reach your human potential in this lifetime, and nobody talks about it. Every night you go to sleep thinking it's the end of your day. But when you fall asleep, your body goes through cycles. From a hypnotic state to whole body generation to rapid eye movement, these cycles are gifts and you must become conscious of them, so you can learn to hack every single one to perform at its optimal state for you. This video is one of many where I'll focus on lucid dreaming. At the end of the video, I'll tell you the most potent trick I've found to becoming lucid. April 1975, University of Hill in England. Lucid dreaming was scientifically recorded by researcher Keith Hearn. Lucid dreamer Alan Worley was making prearranged eye movements, signaling his lucid awareness in the dream state. Hearn said it was like getting signals from another world. What is the dream world? According to Carl Jung, it's the deep subconscious where our shadow elements lie. Shadow elements consist of repressed, ignored, denied, or misunderstood thoughts and feelings. They're the part of ourselves that we could not get past and therefore buried. The burying of these shadows is what holds us back in life, manifesting as creative blocks, unhealthy habits, ego triggers, and hindering us from reaching our highest goals and true potential. According to Robert Wagner in his book, during a dream, a shadow element appears in a shadow position to a dreamer, normally behind a dreamer. These shadow elements become dream figures to interact with the dreamer, as they're seeking the dreamer's acceptance to create a more fully integrated self. In Charlie Morley's book, he talks about people who have quit smoking and have even healed themselves through lucid dreams. Once they become lucid, they ask the dream, "Show me what I need to see in order to heal." The dream then presents them with exactly what's going on in their body or mind that's forming this behavior or health issue. Then, in the dream, they command the issue be resolved, and it works. Why is this? In order to answer that, we must first ask, who is this? When you're in a lucid dream and you ask the dream to show you something, who is showing it to you? When you're lucid and flying over a city, who put the city there? I'll go deeper into this in a future episode. This is a lucid dreaming trick told to Carlos Castaneda by Don Juan in his book. I can almost guarantee you this will work for you. Tonight when you go to sleep, look at your hands. Say, "Tonight when I'm dreaming, I'll see my hands and I'll become lucid." There's another place besides the deep ocean that scientists dare not explore. Modern science ignores this place, and therefore it's written off as superfluous and unimportant. We spend a third of our lives not on Earth. We leave to a faraway place every night. I think it's pretty important that we know more about this place that we go to. The reason why science hasn't yet defined dreaming is because they can't reach it to measure it or observe it. The only way we can really find out what dreaming is to explore it while we are there. The only way to find out if the dream place is just one place or a billion separate places is to go there and agree to meet. The only way to find out if the dream realm is our kingdom or ruled by a higher power is to go there and explore. And the only way to find out if we are alone in our consciousness or if we are indeed traveling a vast astral plane is to seek out other non-human inhabitants. When you fall asleep at night, your consciousness leaves a place in time and space and travels to another. This place is very different. It seems as if there are no laws of physics and everything seems to revolve around the dreamer. It is often believed by modern science that this other place is within the brain. Let's explore this idea first, because if this is true, we each have an entire universe within our brains. There are more neurons in our brains than there are stars in the entire observable universe. The people, places, and objects that we experience in our dreams are widely considered to be extensions of our own consciousness. This is similar to what Australian Aborigines believe about our own reality. They say that we are all characters in someone's dream, and that our entire reality was dreamt up by someone of whose consciousness we are an extension. What if the process of waking up in a dream is the same as the process of waking up in the real world? You wake up when you finally recognize yourself as the dreamer. What if the characters and objects in your dream woke up and realized that they are an extension of you, originating in you? These dream characters would now have access to the same consciousness as you and be able to dream their own dreams. So let me know what you think. Do you think that's what we're doing? Extrasensory perception in humans is something that has been well documented and well studied. The only thing it hasn't been is well publicized, so naturally people doubt their own capabilities. Not only are you capable of telekinesis, telepathy, and levitation, It is your destiny to master these arts. Nina Kulagina could move objects to her will without touching them, and she was studied by scientists for over 20 years. She would start by feeling a ball of energy move from the base of her spine up to the back of her head. Then she would use this energy to tell the object what to do. She would be very tired after doing this for hours in front of scientists and would even temporarily lose her eyesight. If you're looking to increase your innate psychic abilities, there's a hack that many do not know about. Time, how we know it, is measured by the Earth's revolution around the sun. However, sidereal time, as used by astronomers, is measured by your location on the planet in relation to the center of the Milky Way galaxy. When your location on Earth is directly facing the center of the Milky Way galaxy, this is high noon in sidereal time. During this time, humans are 400% more psychic and more in tune with their innate psychic abilities. This is because the center of the galaxy is firing cosmic rays that increase our brain waves and heart waves. And this is the most potent when we're facing it without interference. You can calculate your sidereal time through an online sidereal calculator. This is the story of the CIA declassified experiments from a neuroscientist who was taught the secrets of the universe by a Mexican woman possessed by an ancient Aztec emperor. Pachita Guerrero was a Mexican shaman who performed psychic surgery in the 1900s. She operated on thousands of people with an old, dull hunting knife and her eyes closed. She would perform surgical procedures that normally take hours in a matter of minutes, including tumor removal, organ transplants, and bone grafting. Except before the surgeries, her body would be taken over by the spirit of Cuauhtemoc, the last emperor of the Aztecs and nephew of Montezuma. Dr. Jacobo Grinberg was a neuroscientist who studied Pachita for months. In his book, he recounted several surgeries he witnessed where organs would materialize out of thin air, and wounds were healed instantly without scarring or infection. After a while, Dr. Grinberg was taught how to manipulate reality by the ancient Aztec emperor. From this, he published a theory on how to achieve levitation, telepathy, and telekinesis. He called this the synturgic theory. According to his theory, there's a field which underpins all of reality, also known as the source field. Outside of our brains is something called the neuronal field, which is where our consciousness is. This neuronal field holds different frequencies based on our level of consciousness. Most humans' neuronal fields hold a frequency of separation. When your neuronal field is synturgic, that means you are one with the source field. Once your neuronal field holds a frequency of oneness, you become coherent with the source field. You feel one with everything, and because the source field is what makes up everything, you see the matrix as a programmer instead of a program. When this occurs, you can use your neuronal field to act on gravity, matter, time, space, and reality itself. In this document released by the CIA, he would perform experiments where people would telepathically match each other's brainwaves, and then would be able to transmit images, words, and feelings to each other telepathically. He also performed an experiment where a person was able to affect the weight of an object in a Faraday cage, conquering gravity with their mind. Dr. Jacobo Grinberg mysteriously disappeared after publishing his synturgic theory paper. Some people think he was kidnapped by the CIA or FBI, and others believe he ascended to a higher dimension. Dr. Ian Stevenson founded the Division of Perceptual Studies in 1967 to study cases of reincarnation. He spent 40 years tracking down over 3,000 children who remembered their past lives. Many of these children remembered the name of the person they used to be, as well as their friends and family members. The children provided specific details which could easily be proven or disproven by investigation. Over and over again, the children were proven to be correct. Their personalities and behavioral quirks carried on from one lifetime to another. Even their facial features resembled the person in the past life. In Dr. Stevenson's book, there are 187 cases where the child's birthmark matches where they were mortally wounded in their past life. Dr. Stevenson wondered why only some children remember their past lives while others don't. He found that there were universal factors in the cases of the children who were born remembering. 60% of the past lives ended violently, and the other 40% ended early, suddenly, or with a deep feeling of unfinished business. This is probably why the children were born remembering, as they were still hanging on. Dr. Michael Newton was a therapist and hypnotist, whose original purpose was to relieve people of stress and depression with the help of hypnotism or regression therapy. After a while, he started having clients go back to previous lives and even the between lives area, where souls go after they leave the body. Being a dedicated scientist and atheist, this came as a shock to him, and he was very skeptical at first. Hence, he asked the subject to be very precise and describe exactly what was happening around him or her. He wasn't satisfied until he got some details that could be verified. Eventually, he realized his clients were really experiencing what they were saying. Since then, Dr. Newton has hypnotized more than 7,000 people, whom he has taken back to the Between Lives area. To his amazement, all of these subjects were telling the exact same story. After a while, Dr. Newton was able to see a pattern and draw conclusion from that, which built very strong evidence. He published Journey of Souls, where he details the 10 stages every soul must go through from initial body death until final reincarnation. He found more advanced souls find it easier to move on, while more inexperienced souls stick around, becoming ghosts. Many people describe different souls having different color auras based on their level of advancement. He never found out what happens to souls after level 6, as these souls cease incarnation.